The most common reason people give for delaying any kind of change is because they're too busy. And we're all familiar with this type of procrastination. But at midlife, this gets a little bit more complicated. Once you're in your 40s and 50s, there's that creeping sense that you're running out of time to make any meaningful or real transformation. We've all done it. We say things like, hey, when the kids are grown up, then I'll give this my full attention. Or once I get through this backlog of obligations, I can focus on what really matters. But operating from the when I have more time perspective is kind of insanity. Our inbox of obligations is never really at zero. There will never be a moment when new emails, new messages, new requests for our attention will stop. There will also never be a moment when you don't have some sort of obligation to attend to. And that's because our past selves have made commitments that are due now. We will always be in this never-ending cycle of doing what our past selves obligated our present selves to do. Past you is what makes current you so busy. And the only way to overcome this is to act from a position of your future self. This requires ignoring current responsibilities. These are the ones that past self created, and doing what future self needs the most. If we want to change our lives now, we have to do it from the perspective of the future. We have to pay future self first and ignore past self. And that requires knowing who that future self is. If we don't know who we want to be, what we desire, we keep operating from who we were. As the author Richie Norton says, there are two steps. One, decide who you want to be. And two, act from that identity immediately. One of the easiest ways to be less busy is to renegotiate past commitments. That event that you said yes to 6 months ago, cancel that. That side project that you're obligated to do, time to say goodbye. Future self is now renegotiating with past self. And if you've had enough of being busy and never getting to what matters, please consider this. Write down all of your obligations. Once you have an inventory of the things that you claim need your attention, then you'll be able to see what are truly obligations and which are now excuses. When we write down our stories, when we make them visible, they cannot hide in the shadows any longer. When this happens, we become aware of our stories that we are telling ourselves to avoid what's really important now. Remember, those stories were written by past you. If you would prefer a structured way to guide yourself through the process of understanding your internal stories and then rewriting them or editing them in a way that's aligned with your future self or your current situation, then I recommend you sign up for the 72-hour reset. This is a program I developed that covers 3 days of self-directed editing and recreating of your stories. I'll leave a link in the comments below, and you can sign up for yourself, or you can just take a look at it and see how that might work for you to understand how to renegotiate those past commitments from the perspective of future self. Good luck.